Hello everybody, good afternoon, welcome to the United Stand. Some official breaking news from Manchester United and some interesting news around the director of football as well. Probably not particularly shocking if you were watching the morning show this morning. Sir Jim Ratcliffe has effectively sacked Richard Arnold is the understory to this. But the official line from Manchester United, which we can give you, is that Richard Arnold will be leaving Manchester United with immediate effect. We've also got an update on what's going on with John Murtough and the director of football role and who could be potentially stepping into the CEO void and how quickly that will happen. But this is the official, Joel Glazer's been talking, this is the official announcement, club statement from Manchester United. Richard Arnold has decided to step down as CEO of Manchester United after 16 years with the club. Patrick Stewart will take over as interim CEO in addition to his existing role as general counsel. Joel Glazer had this to say, executive co-chairman, I would like to thank Richard Arnold for his facilitating of our greed over the last 16 years. We've made loads of money with very little investment. Oh, sorry, that was too truthful. He didn't say that. What he actually said was, I would like to thank Richard for his outstanding service to Manchester United over the past 16 years and wish him all the best for his future endeavours. We are fortunate to be able to call on the deep knowledge and experience of Patrick Stewart to provide interim stability and continuity as we embark on a search for a new permanent CEO. Richard Arnold said, it's been an incredible privilege to serve the Glazers and screw this football club over the past 16 years. I've made them a lot of money. They've made me a lot of money. And ultimately, I will be rich forever. Oh, I've said it truthfully. That's not the truth. That's me. I'm joking. Or am I? This is what he actually said. It's been an incredible privilege to serve this great football club for the past 16 years. Through highs and lows, the constant has been the dedication of our employees and fans. I would like to thank all of them for their loyalty and commitment and wish everyone associated with the club the very best for the future. I mean, it's just words, isn't it? I don't, what are we supposed to do? You know, you presided over a shitfest, mate. I'm sorry. Patrick Stewart, the new interim CEO, says, together with my leadership team colleagues, my job will be to ensure that the club's foundations remain stable while we embrace changes that can make us stronger over the long term, on and off the pitch, and to support the search for a new permanent CEO. So that is where we are at with that. We have got a bit of exclusive information for you around John Murtough as well, which we will bring you. But look, I mean, those statements mean nothing. Joel Glazer is an enemy of this football club who does next to nothing for the football club. Richard Arnold is a facilitator of the Glazers who's done next to nothing for this football club. Good riddance. Change needs to happen. You know, let's celebrate that at least. What it means in the future, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, having a competent CEO only puts us level with the Arsenals, the Liverpools, the Man Cities and the Newcastles anyway. So it is an improvement. But I think that to say that he's decided to leave is a nonsense. From everything I've been told this morning, and I've spoken to quite a few people, the story that United are putting out there that Richard Arnold has decided to step down, he's jumped before he's been pushed. This is categorically coming from change. Change equals change. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going to be involved in the footballing side. He wants to be in charge of that. He doesn't need a CEO who's worked under the Glazers getting in the way. I don't think Richard Arnold was comfortable with it anyway. Ultimately, Richard Arnold can say that he decided to resign. He was going to get the sack anyway. The change has caused it. If this was still a Glazer model for the next 10 years that we've had for the last 10 years, Richard Arnold would still be here. So he has been removed from the football club. There is absolutely no doubt about that. Key points that we've been informed of are that Richard Arnold leaves on good terms with thanks. He's transformed the club's commercial operations, driving revenues to record levels and leaving strong foundations for the future. He stepped up as a CEO in February 22, guided the club through a period of uncertainty as owners considered strategic options. He's delivered 2 critical industry-leading deals, Adidas and Qualcomm, to safeguard revenue streams. He began the process of strengthening the football leadership and structures with significant progress made. Eric Ten Hag, 3rd trophy. With building blocks in place for success on and off the pitch, now is the right time for him to step aside and seek new challenges. On Patrick Stewart, he's a highly experienced and respected figure inside the club and across football. 17 years of experience working across all aspects of the club and football. He leads club liaison with governing bodies like UEFA, the FA, the Premier League, and will provide deep knowledge and stability through this period of transition. And he allows the owners to take time to identify the right long-term choice for CEO. Well, we're going to talk about what's happening with John Murtough at the moment, because that's very interesting. Time is the key here. We are not going to get quick decisions. John Murtough, I'll go into in depth in a moment, but he's currently on international duty himself, watching international games, scouting, doing his job. It's business as usual. That's official from Man United. That's official from Murtough. That is what's going on. There is no impending sacking or removal of John Murtough, and the expectation is, even with the Sir Jim Ratcliffe announcement, he will continue to be in the role for the short to medium term. No big thing coming out with that. Richard Arnold leaves on good terms. Look, this is, I don't care about this. I'll be honest. Like, we've got a right as football fans to express our opinion. I couldn't give two shits if Man United are departing with Richard Arnold on good terms or not. The bottom line is, he's been a failure. The bottom line is, the Glazers have been a failure. And I don't care about PR from the club, about PR for a departing CEO who is going because he was bad. If he was a good CEO, he wouldn't be leaving. So we can all do a list of things about what he's done good for the club. Most of it will be putting money into the Glazers' pockets, let's be honest. That's why he's done well. That's why they liked him. That's why they liked Ed Woodward. On the football pitch, it's failure. He's leaving as a failure. There is no cheer. There is no victory parade. There is no pat on the back and thank you for what you've done from the fans. And ultimately, I don't really care what the Glazers think of him or what the commercial side of Man United think of him. When you walk out that door at Manchester United, you're either appreciated or you're not. And if you're not appreciated, you never got the fans on side. And he didn't. David Gill, rightly or wrongly, remains well respected within the United fan base in the main. And he was the CEO of Manchester United. Ed Woodward doesn't. Richard Arnold doesn't. So I don't really care, with all due respect, what the club want to put out there. And I certainly don't want to, I'm not going to take on board that he leaves on good terms, on his own terms. They're removing him. He's being removed from the football club because he doesn't fit the vision that Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the Glazers now have. He's been removed. He's been fired. He's been sacked. He's been given the option, but if he hadn't decided to leave, he would have been sacked. So he's been removed from the football club. That's what's happened. This is how it's just been done in a very amicable, professional way. And you can't argue with the club and Richard Arnold doing that. He will obviously get his payoff. And you know what? Actually, I would rather this. I don't mind the club saying nice stuff about him. I don't mind Richard Arnold saying thank you and everything like that, because they have had a professional relationship that's benefited Richard Arnold, of course. You know, his career has massively been hyped up and improved by his association with Manchester United, and he should be respectful of that. And Manchester United don't need to be unprofessional and say we're sacking him because he's been bloody useless, because they don't need to do that. I've got no problem with the professional departure. What I'm saying is, if he was a good CEO, he'd still be in position, and if he wanted to stay, he would have been told he was going anyway. So we're a professional football club. We want to move on, and that's the way it goes. But it is basically a sacking in a polite way. Let's be honest.